are on sale now. For more information, go to tcm.com/festival.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We're going to do what we can in your weekend on a high note with the help of the exceptional Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid in the two films for which she won Academy Awards in the category of Best Actress, Gaslight in 1944 and Anastasia in 1956. We're going to begin with Anastasia, which marked one of the great turning points in the career of Ingrid Bergman, and it's also a TCM premiere. Now, she filmed this movie in Europe for 20th Century Fox, Ingrid playing a destitute woman in Paris who, with the help of a Russian businessman played by Yul Brynner, tries to make people believe she's actually the Grand Duchess Anastasia, heir to the fortune of the last Russian Tsar, and the one survivor of the assassination of the Tsar and his family in 1918. Well, the reason this movie is so important in Ingrid's career is that it marked her first film for a major Hollywood company after a 7-year absence. In 1949, Ingrid, who was the #1 female star in the entire movie business at that time, was suddenly engulfed in an enormous scandal. She had a child out of wedlock with a man who wasn't her husband, the father being the Italian director Roberto Rossellini, with whom she was making a movie. Well, she eventually did divorce her husband and marry Rossellini, but the fallout from the scandal was enormous. And you have to remember, in 1949, when all this happened, the idea of morality was far different than it is today. The result, Ingrid was condemned as an immoral woman on the floor of the U.S. Congress. The public stopped seeing her films. Hollywood stopped hiring her. She did make several films in Europe with Rossellini, but critics for the most part didn't like the films, and very few theaters in the U.S. even bothered to book them. Ingrid's career was basically dead. But the saving grace came in the form of Darryl F. Zanuck, production head of Fox, who felt that this story, Anastasia, which had been a very successful play, would make an ideal comeback for her. Most of the studio higher-ups in Hollywood thought Zanuck was foolish to even try to revive her career, but Zanuck, joined by the film's director Anatole Litvak, thought that all Ingrid Bergman needed was a good role in a good movie. So Ingrid did the film, and the result was one of the most financially successful films of her whole career, bringing her a second Oscar win as Best Actress and a welcome back to Hollywood with open arms. Here from 1956, co-starring Yul Brynner, the same year he also starred in The King and I and The Ten Commandments, and also marking a return to filmmaking after a 4-year absence of the great stage actress Helen Hayes. Here they are under the direction of Anatole Litvak in Anastasia.